Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. So I got a mess on the bench. It's messy, messy, messy. I got to get it cleaned up. It is messy leftovers from finishing up the Aoshima Knight Rider Super Pursuit Mode Season 4 car, the kit car. Very cool kit. So I got to get this cleaned up so we can get on our other builds. Because I get distracted too easy. So I'm one of those like, oh, look at that. Oh, what's this? What's this? Or I lose something and now I'm digging for it. So my mind just wanders too much. So that's why there's no windows in here. You know, just because I'd be like this, just like looking out the window. I should get out there and look at that and finish that up. Oh, what's that going by? Yeah, it's a thing. I get... Anyways, see, now I'm getting distracted already. So, like I say, I got to get this cleaned up and get on some other builds. So we're going to get back on the giveaway car here pretty quick, the GTO, the Pontiac, and get that one gone. And we're going to get that Mustang IMSA racer back into some color. Shouldn't say back in some color. We haven't got there yet. All that good stuff. So we're going to get on that. But I want to get this kit car finished up just because we have the big model show coming this weekend up in Saginaw at the SVSU College. This is the 4M Mayhem show. Like I say, this is on the 3rd. So if you guys are in the area, go check it out. Bring a model to display. They're trying to make this a pretty big show. This is their 39th year, so they've been doing it for a bit. They got it down, I guess, if you want to go that route. And there's going to be a lot of vendors and tables up there and all that good stuff. Buddy Tony Lancer, he's got a table up there this year, so he's rearranging some inventory, and so he's going to have a table up there as well. Other than that, the theme this year is original TV series, cars, trucks, boats, planes, whatever you want to run. And so I figured, you know what, Knight Rider will fit in perfect. You know, so I wanted to get it done ahead of time, so I wasn't Friday night last minute and then have to rush up and take it up there first thing in the morning and go all that route. So I really liked, if you guys have not checked out KREG'S channel over at D Factory Rat, he built the Miami Vice boat, the original boat back in the 80s, and I thought, how cool is that? I've never seen that model kit, and that's going to be at the show as well, so that'll be interesting to see. I always like looking at stuff for real time versus on a video. You can just check out the detail and everything about it. So if you guys have not gone to his channel, check that out. Look at that build. It's pretty cool. So I had a few things on this kit I wish I would have did a little different. Like I say, it's my first Aoshima kit. Unbelievable kit. Just clean. I mean, just no flash, no seam lines, nothing like that. I mean, just really nice. No sanding here and there. Everything went together really good. Very engineered kit. Really nice kit. Few things I did on my part. Obviously, because I never built one of these before. I painted a few things on the wrong side. You know, because it's a Super Pursuit Mode car, so it's not like it's a regular car with just normal windows and bumpers and whatnot. It's got everything hanging off the edges and sides of it. So the back tail panel, where the tail lights are, it had louvers on it. So I just assumed that's the side that you would see, but nope. It was the other side, the flat plastic side, and I painted the other side in the MCW black, which the whole car is done in enamel, and it's cleared. So I didn't have time to, you know, do it in enamel, and I probably did, but I wanted to get done with it. So I shot it in Tamiya black, gloss black instead. So that was my bad. One of those, whoops. Didn't realize that one, but, you know, other than that, kit went together really good. I had, like I say, very little issues with fitment or anything like that. So very impressive. Looking forward to do another Aoshima kit. I do have a few kits here I got from Hobby Nut Models. And once again, if you guys have not been down to Hobby Nut Models, check out Mark's inventory. Get yourself some cool stuff and pick up some of those awesome MCW paints that I like so much. I like those paints. They spray nice. Yeah, give them a try. Other than that, let's take you over the bench and let's wrap this car up and we'll take a look at it in the end here. Okay guys, so we're getting this taped up. It is an abomination so far. So we're going to paint this. This is just going to be white. And we're going to primer this, and these are going to be red. And these have to be white. So I tried and tried taping that, and I just couldn't get it to look where I wanted it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to put some bare metal foil on that because I'll cut a lot easier and I get the look I wanted. So we're taping these up. So this needs to stay nice and glossy on the side or this side of it. This is going to be red on this side, but I want the edges to stay black. So putting tape on this isn't going to do me, so I'm going to use bare metal foil. And the reason I'm doing that is I did this one here. That way I can wrap it all the way around, and I can cut it a nice little edge around there and keep that edge black. And that should look pretty good. So how I'm doing that, I've just taken a piece of foil and cut myself off a nice decent piece, and I want it to overlap. I put that over there because it freaks my camera out. The fun part, trying to get this opened up here. If you guys do a lot of bare metal foiling, I don't remember where I've seen this from, but a guy tells you to take it and put black, like a Sharpie on the end of it. That way when you're cutting it, it's not just like silver on silver. It's a little easier to see your blade for a position. And it does help. So I get this started here. This is the only reason I'm using this, so I can cover my edges up. Because tape wasn't doing it. I've tried tape many times on it, and just wasn't fitting the bill here. So we're basically going to go like this here. And then I'm going to cut the excess off because I don't need all that on there. Not a lot, just so I know I can still overlap it. You know, I thought about using like that green stuff, you know, like that gel type, or even the glue, but I don't know if I can get a straight enough line with that. So I thought this would be the next best thing. So I'm going to take this now and just fold it over this way. See, it's nice because it folds the corners. See, tape won't do that. Like so. So now we're nice and covered here. And then we're just going to take and scribe this real careful like. Careful now. Just along the edge. So that way it'll give me a little black edge on it. Kind of like what I want. So I don't need it to go all the way to the end anyway, so that'll work out good. I got you on camera now, so it's a little hard because before I had my head right down in here, and so I'm kind of looking away, but I thought I'd show you guys how I'm doing this. We'll see how it looks. I'll just pull this away. Got this extra stuff here. Give me a nice straight line. Now I'll make it a lot easier to paint. It'll look sharp, and I think that'll look pretty good. I guess I'm good on that side there. I thought maybe it cut too far, but I think it should be alright. Yeah, just like that. Now it's got my edges covered up. Like I said, I tried it with tape, and it's just a no-go. So I thought, alright, we've got to break out the old BMF. This stuff works good for masking. Now, I will tell you, if you're using this and you're masking off a certain spot, and before you go to paint it, make sure the residue of the bare metal foil isn't on the surface that you're going to paint with, because that will happen, and it'll kind of mess you up a little bit. So that's one bad thing about using this, that can happen. So I'll just forewarn you if you are using this. So another thing I found too is take the bare metal foil, stick it to something, and then take it back off, and then apply it, because that majority of the glue just stuck to whatever you first put it down on, and that'll help you out a little bit. A little trial and error thing there. So now I just got to do a little edge here. I see my corner come off, no big deal. So I'll just take a piece that's just laying here and just plop them back over and cut it off. It's just nicer to cut this way, or it's nicer to mask it. And it's, you know, you guys know how it is. The foil's so easy to work with. So now I'll just go through and just cut this corner again. And we'll leave it like that. Okay. Beautiful. So now those are ready to go. So yeah, that works out pretty good. And obviously, I don't care what this side looks like. As long as that looks pretty kosher there, we're good. So that'll be my painting. And I tried many times on that, and I just couldn't get it. This all masked off okay. And then when you guys are painting, also, you know, always remember, cover up any openings, because that overspray will go through that hole, and it'll work its way out in here somewhere. So I try to cover up all the holes all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get this stuff masked off, and I'm gonna paint it first with my primer white, and then these spots are just gonna get red, then these are gonna get white, and these are white. So I'll paint all this up, and then I'll bring you guys back and we'll see what it looks like. Alright guys, so we got our tape abomination fixed here. I mean, this is like maybe overkill, probably, but you know what? Every time I don't go overkill, next thing you know, I got this little spot that made its way through, and oh, there we go. So here we are. So hopefully that sprays out good, all that good stuff. And I'm refixing this because I had a paint spot there, and I thought, hey, while I got the foil out, might as well shoot it out one time. So all right, I am going to get it painted, and we'll bring it back, we'll untape it and see how we did. Okay guys, we got it all painted up, so hopefully that turned out okay. So I had to tape this off once I painted it white, so I was hoping the tape didn't stick. I tried to like lift it, leave it like a bubble. Yeah, we're good. So I didn't want it to hit that paint because I know it was still somewhat fresh. Wasn't fresh, but it was close. I just hope we don't have any bleed over there anywhere. That's my biggest fear. Actually, the edges is what I'm more concerned about, how close I got those. So find out in a minute. So this is why I waited to polish this car or do anything with it, just in case I did get a little extra on it. I could easily remove it if that was the case. I'm hoping it's not going to be. I knew the roof was going to look okay, but I was a little concerned about the spot in the back. These spots here. I had my doubts. I don't know. So see under here, see all that white mist? So that's paint rolling up underneath there. So that's why I try to tape off all the corners, edges, just to keep that from coming back out. So a little minimal, not too bad. Got a few spots here and there. I think we can fix it. I might leave these. This bare metal foil will peel off really easy, because I know bare metal foil will chip with paint on it. I mean, she masked up good. Just gonna take me a little bit to get this off here, because the two things of being impatient, because I want to color night. There's that piece. Wow, that was rough. This should come off a lot cleaner because I didn't sand this. So it can be a nice straight line there. Looks good. Should be nice. Alright, we'll shut her down. So here we are. This is where we're at. That give me hell. I had to do that over. I like wet sanded that completely out. I had a blister in it and I just would not go away. So I just wet sanded the whole thing out, retaped it up, and did that. So we got our roof panel in here. This is for the air brake. So we got our two hinges there. We have our hinges glued in place here for the back brakes. So this comes up pretty cool. It's a little tricky. I've been trying to work it back and forth, and obviously the paint in there isn't helping it. But that's pretty neat. That sticks up pretty good. I chipped the paint a little bit trying to get this in there. I might have to do a little touch up there, but that works pretty cool. I see in prototype pictures most of this was white all the way around, but I found when this is closed, if you leave it all the way white like that, when it's completely down, you see white on the edge. So what I did is I took and did rubber black. I don't know if you can really see it or not, and I went around here like it had the rubber molding. So there's rubber black along here and up to the top. Subtle but efficient. So that's where we're at. So the hatch is all done, and I'm telling on myself, I did not realize this was supposed to be white all the way back, and I have that gloss black. So with that lip on there, that's gonna be quite a bit to have to redo that, especially now I got the glass in there. So it's just gonna stay that way. It's gonna take too much to change it and fix it, because the glass is glued in, and it's just gonna be too much. So the back panel, I originally did that in like a satin black, but I ended up doing that in a gloss black. So that is drying right now, so that's ready to get put on. And we have the nose piece done, the lifted nose. That is completely done. Got the lights in it. That looks pretty cool. So that's ready to roll. So that'll look pretty cool on here. Mocked up a little bit. So on that, I'm going to get my marker lights and my rear panels here for the brakes, and get my little marker lights in there, and we're going to get them put on the hinges. So I took these before I put them on the hinge. I worked them back and forth good, get some of the paint out. That red is lacquer. And I also took the rubber black and I put like an edge here, kind of like a weather strip. So once these are on, kind of gives you the illusion like it has a weather strip all the way around. So I thought that looked pretty nice. I didn't do nothing down the front. There's really nothing there to give me that detail. The hardest part I'm having right now is keeping it clean. I'm trying not to scratch it. Seems like it's a dust magnet. Everything just sticks to it. Yeah, good stuff. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do it without putting too many trinkets on it before I'm done. So other than that, these pieces can come in. These pieces, I think I'll put this piece on, and then I'm gonna install it onto the body. So I'll get some more done and I'll bring you back. So on these little side pieces here, just taking some black panel line. Nothing magical. Just getting that little depth, the illusion of depth. Okay guys, cooking right along. That's where we're at so far. So that turned out pretty nice. Repainting that. So we got our hood piece on. All our little side vents here. So we're looking pretty good. Get the back piece in. So I had a little discrepancy with my my lights on the back here. When I cut them out, they're on the little red sprue here, and I don't know why, but they didn't cut out too good. They're very brittle plastic, and you're supposed to put them in, but they had a notch in it, so I ended up taking some of my Tamiya clear. So I'm hoping that looks okay. It doesn't look as nice and smooth as the front, because the front markers are in. Those went in really nice, cut out really nice. The back ones, not so much. So we're about wrapped up on this thing, about ready to mate the body to the chassis. The only thing I have to do yet is paint this windshield, because I didn't realize I had to do that yet. It was still in the clear. So I'm going to have to get this masked off and do a quick shot on that, and then get that installed. Then we can put it together. It's kind of funny though, some of these kits, when you're looking at the instructions, some of them want you to put the mirrors on, the bumper on right now, the rear bumper. But for what I've always seen, the rear bumper and the mirrors, I mean, you're kind of struggling putting this on the body. It's one of those, man, do I really want to go that route, or just put them on afterwards? That's how I like to do it, it's afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do this. So then that, we'll get this finished up and get this window done, and we'll be right back and see our progress. Okay guys, just did a quick masking around the window, and I'm surprised the kit didn't supply a window mask. That would have been nice, but it turned out pretty decent. So we'll get some wipers put on it and get it put in the car. Okay, we give the windshield just a quick polish. I just use my Meguiar's Ultimate Polish to do the windows. I find that works just as good. Now on this side here, we're going to be real careful, because obviously I don't want to hit the paint, but it's nice to take a little bit of that debris off. So I'll just put a little bit on by hand and just ever so carefully wipe with my towel. I mean, the paint's dry, but still I don't want to sit there and rub right on it, because it probably will take the paint off. Here, like that. There, nice clean window. Spit clean. Alright, we'll get some wipers on it and throw her in the car. Alright guys, so put these wipers on. I like to use the evergreen canopy glue. This works pretty good. The Mod Podge works good as well, and I like Mod Podge almost better, because this almost has a little bit of a, I don't know, almost a little bit of a hue to it when it dries, where the Mod Podge is almost completely clear. But the only thing is, this is a lot stronger than Mod Podge, like quite a bit stronger. So I put just a little bit down, use a toothpick, And this gives you little holes in here. So we'll just put a little bit in the hole. Each one. Like so. Doesn't matter if you get too excessive with it because it will dry mostly clear. Like so. And I'll take a little Q-tip and just wipe out the excess, just so I don't see a smudge mark there. Put them up just enough. I don't know on a Trans Am how far they sit, and I'm sure they're still in the black. Alright, so there we go. We'll let that dry for a minute, and we'll get those thrown on. I could have probably took a little bit of CA, but I hate putting CA on windows. It's just a never a good thing. So we'll give that just a few minutes to dry, and if that does leave a little weird mark, I can take a toothpick and just rub the edge, and that'll come off there. So other than that, I'll get her installed, and we'll keep moving along here. Alright guys, so we thought we'd do a little different today. I've got you outside. Just the natural lighting I think looks better, especially on the black. Plus it's nice and cold and nasty out, so that doesn't help a little bit. It's actually a little gloomy out. Actually, it's a lot gloomy out. It's like really overcasty. But that is wintertime in Michigan, so this is like the normal look here. So this is our final setup on the car here. So I think that turned out pretty cool. And I'll tell you what, guys, my biggest challenge was keeping this thing clean. My gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've wiped this thing down. It just seems like fingerprints, lint, anything that sticks to it could do it. And we got a rooster in the background that just won't shut up, but that's okay. So yeah, so like I say, that turned out pretty cool. So it is nasty out here, just drippy nasty outside. But like I say, I thought it looked nicer out here versus indoors. Like I say, the LEDs just kind of freak with this thing a little bit. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a shot outside. So yeah, turned pretty nice. So let me take these pieces off here. Open that up a little bit, get a little better of the interior. I'll give you a little shot from down below here. Let's take a look underneath it quick. So nothing too magical, pretty basic. They do give you turnable steering, so that's kind of cool. So like I say, it's just a curbside kit, so it's just a basic setup. So we'll open up we'll deploy all the flaps, and so we can see the emergency braking. So let me open all this up here just a second. Alright, so there we have it, everything all extended out. All the braking turned on here, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty nice that you can put the kit together and open and close those pieces, which they open and close pretty easy. So it turned out pretty cool. Pretty neat setup, and that was tricky to paint that stuff in there. I mean, I had a little bit of time painting that, trying to get those to look right. I ended up having to redo this one side here. I had a blister in it from the paint, so I just ended up stripping it back out, just wet sanding it down to nothing and just redoing it. So it turned out a lot better in the end. So yeah, so really neat. So it's a pretty cool build, guys. I like I say, this will be at the Saginaw show here this weekend, so if you guys want to get another look at it. I know this wasn't everybody's favorite car, you know, but for me growing up in the 80s, this was a cool car, and you know, it's a Knight Rider, so I still think it's a cool car, still a fan of it. And I would like to buy the other Aoshima kit, so I can have the two sitting side by side. I think that'd be pretty neat. And that one probably go together a lot easier because you don't have all the extra extremities on the side, because that was a lot more intensive work and painting to do to get all that to look the way it does. So there we go, guys. That is the build on the Aoshima Knight Rider. Once again, I appreciate you guys checking out the channel and following along on the build. Like I say, go down and check out HobbyNet Models, and all the paints for this project come down from there. And like I say, we are in MCW black with the 2K clear on it. So I appreciate it, guys, and we will see you guys on the next build. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.